Welcome guys to the first tutorial of this channel Techno Coding, and today I am going to teach you how to getting started with the web development. There are a lot of languages out there. Don't focus on learning all of them at once. Just focus on basic languages that you should learn first. HTML is the first language you should learn first. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the language that builds your skeleton of your web page. After you successfully learned a basic of the HTML, you should focus on learning HTML5. Currently, all the web pages are built on HTML5. It is the new version of the HTML. If you know HTML, then move on to the next language. And that would be none other than CSS. CSS is stand for Cascading Style Sheet. It is mainly used for styling your web page or website, like adding text color, changing background color, adding background, etc. etc. You can figure out all sorts of codes from that. And you don't have to worry, it is a very easy and common language in web development. And then after finishing the basics of the CSS, and I highly recommend you to learn CSS3, which is currently also used for designing your web page, or I say styling your web page. You can also create custom animation with CSS. It will highly take 3 to 5 days to learn all the CSS, and then you should move on to the next language, which is very important. The next language you should focus on, yes, it is a programming language, and most of you heard of it. It's none other than JavaScript. Some of you might be wondering what is the difference between Java and JavaScript. I will tell you, it's just a programming language and it's for the web. That's the only thing you have to know. Now JavaScript is a very useful and easy programming language of all, and it is used in everywhere, vice versa. So you all have to learn it JavaScript in order to creating events in your web page, like clicking button, taking forms, submit forms, working with database, like etc. After some time you would be known some term called DOM. It is basically used to manipulating your HTML page. So learn it well, and it will highly take you at least 1 to 3 weeks to learn the full JavaScript. Then you should move on. After learning these 3 basic languages, you might be wondering what is framework and why should I use it. After learning these languages, you will eventually come across a term called framework. Now, an easy way to describe a framework is it's help you to write much less codes and create beautiful and responsive design at any time. Like you are using predefined template for your website. And now why should you use it? Because it lets you create beautiful designs. You have to write much less code, and your web page will be ready in a seconds, and it will be responsive as well. Responsive means it will compatible with every size of devices. For the HTML and CSS framework, we have Bootstrap and Foundation. These 2 frameworks are mostly popular in the market, and I highly recommend you to look into it. Bootstrap is developed by Twitter, and it's really easy to use. Next, for the JavaScript framework, we have jQuery. jQuery made the JavaScript really easy and short. It helps you to write much less codes. And we also have React, which is developed by Facebook, and AngularJS and others so well. I don't recommend you to learn every and each framework. I recommend you to learn which are the most popular frameworks in the market and currently used everywhere. And don't worry, this framework doesn't take much time to learn. Or you can also check out the official documentation of this framework, the link in the given description. Now you have to working with the database. Database basically used to store data, files, documents, images and etc. There are a lot of database out there and each have their own rules and regulation. Among all the database, there are some few popular database like MongoDB and Firebase. These databases are used to design your web page or mobile apps. If you are a beginner, I personally recommend you to use Firebase. Firebase is the part of the Google, which leads many web applications and mobile apps to success. And I also personally use Firebase. The tools, you have many options in online like Glue, Webpack, NPM, Bubble. And for the version control of your source code, you have Git and GitHub. It's not necessary to learn all of these, but if you know some of these, your resume will definitely shine. If you want to work in a company or a team, you have to know Git. So I recommend you to learn Git as well. As for the code editor, there are some pretty popular code editors out there like Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code, Atom, Brackets. You can choose any of these code editors, it doesn't matter. And if you want to use IDE, then I should recommend you use Visual Studio. It is the most popular IDE for the web development. It can be also used to develop other softwares like mobiles, games. Now you guys might be wondering where to learn. Don't worry, there are lots of online courses out there. You can learn from them or you can always join a bootcamp. It's really up to you. And if you want to learn from my courses, you let me know in the comment section down below. So thank you guys for watching. See you in next tutorial.